Hello, hello. It is Marcus from the Borough, and I am out here on Edison Avenue. Currently, we are at Edison by Eastern, and I'm going to try to get a little bit of talking in before the truck gets down here, but they are currently in the process of seal coating. So I wanted to give you all a view of what seal coating looks like, what that process is, and why it's important. So just a quick thing, why do we do it? The process is very sound. It's recommended by PennDOT. Pretty much everybody else is doing it. Harbor Creek, all kind of PennDOT roads. I mean, even some in the city. It's a legitimate pavement preservation process. So preservation is really the important word there. And that's why we take our good asphalt, which Edison Avenue, as you all know, is very heavily trafficked, but it's actually in pretty good shape. So that's why we want to make sure we keep it in good shape. And this is one of those pavement preservation methods that help to do that. So seal coating or tar and chipping, what they do is they put down a layer of oil first, and then that oil, I talked in the one video not too long ago when I talked about the roads, I talked about the base, and I talked about the challenges with the roads. Ultimately, water is the enemy of a road. As the water gets in and permeates down into the road, especially during the winter or in the spring months, it'll be freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing, and then you'll see areas of the road that were previously had structure to it. It will lose its structural, integrity. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to limit the water that can get into the road. And the way that you limit the water is by spraying a layer of oil down. And you can kind of see they already did one pass here, so you can see the oil was sprayed down, and then they put the tar and chips, or they put the chips on top of it. So you'll watch that process here. And then in terms of a couple complaints that are mentioned by residents, we know this is a messy process. It's not, we don't love it, but it is essential to having a good road. We put down the chips. After a couple weeks, it'll get beat down in, and then after it's been beat down, we are going to be bringing a street sweeper through, and the street sweeper will then pick up any of the rocks that haven't adhered to the road. A lot of you, after this winter, for example, may have noticed we did roads last year. So the roads we did last year, they turned out very well. They were very protected after the winter. We really liked that. One thing that residents didn't necessarily like is the fact that as we were plowing, the plows would catch the chips and throw it up into people's yards. That is a real pain. That's certainly an unfortunate symptom of this process, but you have to kind of think about it. Imagine the amount of wear and tear on the road that is experienced when you're plowing. If we don't have this surface to protect it, imagine how much wear and tear is directly on the asphalt. So it is really vital that we do this. So it looks like the truck is coming here. First, the truck sprays the road, so you'll see that. And then immediately after, you'll see as they are dropping the chips. So, and it'll get a little loud here, so. They got the special nozzle sprayers. And as you can see here, so they just spray this. So this seals any crack, anything within the pavement that water would get down into, that seals it. But you can't just leave the road like this. It's way too tacky. I couldn't walk on this right now. You can't drive on it. So that's what the chips are for. It's to create a layer of separation between the oil, the tar, or the sealing, and then ultimately the chips, or the ultimate tough surface that you want to have. So we're here now, and then we're just waiting on, this is the truck machine, or the rock machine. I said truck machine. The chips machine, I guess you can call it. And this is kind of cool if you are able to catch it somehow. There's a tree in the way, but they're actually loading the machine with a dump truck backwards. And then once they're all filled up, they're gonna start making their way down. but so yeah, as mentioned, you all may have seen as the road starts to crack, we'll come through and we'll do crack filling. So that's where you see, like right here on the road, you see like these cracks that are filled, kind of lines, squiggly lines all over the road. Those squiggly lines are great to fill in bigger cracks. Like right here is kind of a bigger crack, so they filled it with the tar or the oil. But that doesn't get every crack. So really the easiest way to get every crack is to do what they did here, where you can see they just blanketed the whole road. When you blanket the whole road with oil, you know you're gonna get it all, and you're gonna get a nice uniform seal. And if it's uniform and sealed, then no water should be able to get down into it. And then you're really protecting the base. So now that they got the full rocks, and see, they're only doing half of the spreader right now. And again, they need another load of rocks. So that's a dump truck attached on the back there. And that dump truck rises up and it kind of all drops down into the hopper. Start filming them right when they have a problem. Yep. So that's the spreader there. They have a lot of flexibility with where they drop rocks down below here, and the thing can spread out and do a good amount of road in one pass. So let's walk this way and we'll show them the rollers. All right, and then the last part of the process, so first they spray, then they drop the chips, and then they want to roll over it and make sure it gets kind of beat down in a little bit. So that's where they have this roller here. These are just tires and they're offset so that as they drive, it gives full coverage. So they have a process where they just roll back and forth. They roll back and forth on this road like 2 or 3 times, and then it's open again. Just like that, it's good to drive on. And again, in a couple weeks after it's gotten a chance to settle, we will be coming back through with a street sweeper and we will be cleaning it all up. And then we're done. We got a road that has now been sealed, so we can rest easy going into the winter, that we should have a road that's going to hold up better than it otherwise would have. So again, this is the process here. We just wanted to show this to you. If you want more information on the process, you can go to wesleyville.gov/transportation. And also, we can go this way. wesleyville.gov/transportation. If you like videos like this, make sure to give us a like and a follow, and you'll get more of it. Thank you very much.